Have you ever sat down and asked yourself, why does this keep happening to me? Different men, same pain. At first, everything felt feels right. Everything felt okay. He's attentive. He listens. He sees all the things you've always wanted to hear. And then you start to relax. You start to believe him, and you start to think that okay, maybe this one is different. Then slowly things begin to change. You begin to question yourself more. You start explaining your feelings, you know, but somehow you end up apologizing. You feel drained, confused, and you can't even explain what actually went wrong. And now here you are again, wondering if something is wrong with you, wondering if you're the problem. I want you to hear this clearly. You're not crazy, and you're not the problem. And there's a reason this pattern keep repeating itself. There's a reason this pattern keep happening. And it's not, honestly, not what people think. You're not weak. You're not desperate. It's not because you don't know better. It's because of what you keep tolerating without realizing it, without realizing you're tolerating these things. Now, let me explain. Most narcissistic people don't show you who they are at the beginning. They study you, they mirror you, they give you exactly what you've been missing. If you've ever felt unseen, they make you feel chosen. If you've ever felt unheard, they listen closely, at least in the beginning. If you've ever felt unappreciated, they praise you in a way that feels almost too good to be true. Do you understand? And that's where the attachment starts. Not because you're foolish, but because you are human. But here's a part no one really tells you. If you're used to overgiving, over explaining, and trying to keep the peace, always the peaceful one, you become easy to stay with, even when things are no longer right. Do you understand? You ignore those small red flags because you want things to work out. Do you understand? You explain bad behaviors because you believe people can actually change. You stay longer than you should because you really invested your emotions. Then you slowly lose your voice. Not at once, but little by little. You stop saying things like, this doesn't feel right. Do you understand? And then you start saying, maybe I'm overreacting. And that's where the cycle repeats. So it's not that you're attracting a narcissist like a magnet. It's just that you're staying in situations that, as in constantly or slowly, breaks you down. And I say this with care, not blame, because once you understand this, you can change it. Now, you don't need to become cold or distant, or you don't need to stop loving deeply, but you just need to start choosing yourself early. Just that when something feels off, don't rush to explain it away. Don't rush to explain yourself. Or when someone dismisses your feelings, don't work too hard to be understood. When respect starts to fade, don't negotiate for it. To get and always pay attention to how you feel around someone, not just what they say. Peace is not confusing. Love is not draining. Care does not leave you constantly anxious. And if you've been through this more than once, it doesn't mean you're broken. It just means no one ever taught you where to draw the line. But now you know, and you can do things differently moving forward. If this spoke to you, I want you to watch my next video where I talked about why you still miss him. And this has nothing to do with love. It might explain to you why it's too hard for you to let go. You deserve a love that doesn't make you question yourself or your self-worth. And it starts with how you choose, not who you choose.